test. The thing is that this is not necessarily a scientific test of validity. It's one that's commonly seen in the literature, but it's not necessarily considered a legitimate form of validity. The legitimate forms of validity would be these: content validity, criterion validity, or discriminant validity. Content validity is the idea that the test actually represents the type of material it's supposed to test. And one of the ways that we test to see if something has content validity is we ask experts on the subject matter, does this actually test what it's supposed to be testing? And so subject matter experts are often used to assess content validity of test items that you may be using on a measure within your study. This is different than criterion validity, which is the ability for some test score to predict some future outcome. So we're saying it's valid because we know that it actually results in a real-world behavior. For example, if you have an SAT score that is supposed to be predictive of college-level success, higher level of SAT scores, higher chances of college admittance and retention and graduation rates. And this is different than the idea of discriminant validity. Discriminant validity is where whatever measure you're using does not correlate with other measures of similar but different ideas. So, for example, an IQ test and an achievement test are both looking at cognitive features, but they're looking at very different cognitive features. So these two should not have very high correlational values. Now, an IQ test of one type, let's say Stanford Binet, to another type of IQ test, those should have concurrent validity, right? The validity where they would both be measuring a similar concept. But when we compare them to different measures of different concepts, they should not correlate to one another. So by now, I hope you're comfortable with the three main ways that we assess reliability and the three main ways we assess validity.